08459 455 555 for your views. Jonathan Davis is an economist and wealth manager in Hertfordshire. Morning to you, Jonathan.
Good morning, Jonathan.
Morning. Do you think stripping Fred Goodwin of his title is the right thing to do?
I think after due process, open investigation, then I think any reasonable person would probably have come down to the view that this guy has done a disservice to banking and indeed to the country. So yes, it should be stripped. However, it's the way that he's been stripped that I would take issue with. It's like a star chamber of people have got together and decided, in a sense, unilaterally that this is a bad guy and we must strip him of his honour. Before he's been convicted of any criminal act, effectively he's had this thing taken away from him because I guess he was incompetent. Now, the scale of the issue is the issue, not the person. And no, technically he should not have had it taken off him. However, there should have been an open process to consider it.
He was considered to be hugely successful until about 2007, wasn't he? I mean, everybody, that's why he was given the knighthood in the first place, because they thought, wow, what a guy. He's ruthless, he's increased the profits. I understand at one point RBS was the biggest bank in the world.
Yeah, and that is the root problem in our economy. The biggest bank in the world, what does that mean? It means it had loaned more to companies and countries and people than any other bank, knowing full well that they weren't going to get much of that money back because they were making reckless loans. That is the root problem in our economy. Do you know we have debts in the UK of 9.5 times the size of our economy?
But
there's absolutely no way on earth we're going to get from under that.
I understand this, and you and I have spoken about your concerns for the economy before, but you cannot lay all of that blame to Fred Goodwin, can you? I mean, that is just the banking system full stop and those who work in it.
I agree. And you're getting to the root cause of the problem, which I'm delighted with, that there's been a failure of government, there's been a failure of regulation, there's been a failure by the people, the public, into just getting on board with this borrow and spend ridiculous situation that we had for 10 or 20 years. So absolutely, many folk and organisations are to blame here. All I'm saying is that there's too much focus right across the media right now on this one individual. Now, certainly, I repeat, after due discussion and open investigation, I think any reasonable person would have seen that this individual, Fred Goodwin, should not have retained his honour. However, that then begs the question, who else is involved? Look at all the other bankers and financiers and regulators who have been honoured with knighthoods and peerages and MBEs, etc. Why have they still got their honours? There should be an open discussion about this, and we should be stripping people of their honours left, right and centre. And more than that, we should be prosecuting people for the fraud and corruption that took place in the city.
But the thing is, Jonathan, if you scratch beneath the surface, you will always find, no matter who has been given some kind of honour, you will always find things that they have done in their professional life, or perhaps even in their personal life, that are not very palatable to numbers of people. And actually, if you start saying, well, do you know what, I don't really like the fact that this person did this, I think that was actually a really dreadful thing, and I don't think that this person really deserves to be called Sir or Lord or whatever it may be, then surely we should just get rid of the entire honours list full stop and don't give it to anybody.
In general, as I agree with you, and that's why I reiterate, we need an open process, not only of why people are having their honour stripped, although I can't remember it happening for the last time I seem to recall it happening was the dictator Nicolae Ceausescu in the 80s. So it doesn't happen very often. And we also need an open selection process as to who and why people are getting honours in the first place.
Jonathan, thank you very much indeed. Jonathan Davies, who's an economist and wealth manager in Hertfordshire. What do you think? Is it right to strip Fred Goodwin of his title?